What's up with you? How you doing? How you doing? This is W Williams 23 live and direct for a minute. Um, Today I decided to do a little chat stream today. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. I clearly have run out of ideas. Stop this for a minute. And today we're just gonna talk about certain stuff and everything. We may watch some stuff I did from my old stream with GTA or whatever. Um, what's up? Thank you for following. Thank you for following. We're just gonna today's stream. I don't know. It's probably gonna be lightweight because I did a 12-hour stream last night. If you missed it, it's on YouTube on Warframe. And let's just talk about the game Warframe for a minute. Warframe is a free-to-play game that has easy and hard missions at the same exact time. Now, some of your quests in Warframe are very, should I say, some of them are solo player and they're difficult. I was thinking about getting the Warframe today, but my hand stays kind of hurting and everything. So when you are streaming on two different consoles, you streaming on PlayStation 4 during the week and sometimes PlayStation 5 and stuff, it's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing current gen console streams for the rest of the audience and next gen console stream for the rest of the audience who has a PS5 and don't have one. You know, so it just tips the balance between the two. Um, yeah, it's been a crazy day for me and stuff. That's all I'm saying. Kind of crazy, kind of bizarre. Well, I can get into a little bit of. So today we were getting ready to go out today, step out, and a snake was on one of the steps going out. My mother, she freaked out about it. I honestly did too. I panicked. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like no snakes. Heck no. Um, and then my dad, I give my dad something ready to kill it with, cause I ain't trying to go back there. That's a freaking snake. You don't mess with no snake. I don't care how big or how small he is. I know, right? You don't. But for real, the thing about it is, you don't mess with a freaking snake. And all of a sudden, because it was 80 degrees today, and it popped out of nowhere. So I don't care if a person has a pet snake. I am not going to your house. We may be friends and everything. You got a snake. I am getting right out the door. I will talk to you from the car. Um, and I'm telling you, man, it's like the spring just warmed up out of the blue. Next thing you know, everything you don't want to see is popping out at you. You know, when I was living in Florida, I didn't really have no problem with seeing them suckers because they small and they just move and get out the way and everything. You know, and but I don't like them in general. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something to think about. Um, I I remember growing up when I was like spending some time with my I want to go see my grandmother one day. One of them was with my pops, and she had this big old Rottweiler dog. I ain't know at first, and what happened was who was blowing up my phone? It's always some broad blowing up my phone. But anyway, it was more like it was so crazy. So I went there one night because my dad had to go see his mother, right? Which is my grandmother, and he had to do some stuff, right? Do some stuff for her, go to the store, whatever. So I stayed for a little while. Next thing I know, he like, I'm like, what the fudge is this? Turns out my grandmother had a new dog. It was a doggone Rottweiler named Fonzie. Okay? And I can I can tell the sucker was being. I'm like, what the? So I jumped out of the chair, went out the front door. It was night and it was semi coldish or whatever. It was like around March or whatever. Yeah, it is. So the dog name was Fonzie. So I went out there, kid you not, outside. It had nowhere to go. It was nighttime. Cause that dog scared the living crap out of me. Like, oh shoot. So I'm like, have mercy. I went back in or whatever. The dog barking a little bit, but as long as that sucker didn't come up or whatever. I mean, before then she had a German Shepherd, and this German Shepherd was named Smokey. And I knew the German Shepherd could. I was cool with the German Shepherd because of the fact that the German Shepherd was outside, and everything. So I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me. I mean, and I guess he died or whatever. That's why she replaced. I don't know. God rest my grandmother's soul and everything. Um, on my dad's side and stuff, you know. But yeah, it's just something to think about. My as I was watching the Consumer Electronics Show, what came out on in January of this year, right? So I'm looking at the little highlights and clips and everything, and they start talking about the next generation of vehicles, right? And here is the kicker. Now, the navigation system software they are using for these new vehicles that's gonna be running on electricity, batteries, and everything under GM, quote unquote, they will be using Unreal Engine software for the navigational system and other functions and other functionalities, right? So I'm sitting there like, okay, now all of a sudden the motor car, the vehicle, motor vehicle industry wants to borrow stuff from the video game industry, such as software and concerned, right? So I'm looking at it like this. Okay, what's next? Flying jetpacks and Uber helicopters and everything. I kid you not. They showed Uber transportation in the Consumer Electronics Show of 2021. You can look it up, and it was in the form of a helicopter, like some kind of helicopter that can go from point A to point B in this Uber. Like this is some wild stuff here now. So I'm sitting there like, what in the world? Like technology back in the day, your first piece of technology was a VCR. Okay. Then it was the boom box. Before you even had a boom box, you had old time radio shows back in the 1940s where they're playing on your parents' radio when they were younger and everything. And back in the day when they had your TVs was pretty much you only catch maybe with 3 channels or whatever. Now it's full blown. Oh, we got Comcast. Xfinity is now Comcast. You got Amazon Prime. You got your Netflix. You got this. You got that. You got all this other stuff, and then you got a premium package. You get everything. HBO with all this blah blah this and blah blah that. I'm like, okay, cool. That's good for the upper class people who can afford that. So some of us have to try to watch it on, other sites and everything, stuff like that, and wait till it come out on DVD and everything, And I'm sitting there like, man, sooner or later, if Netflix have its own channel on a cable station, best believe that someone is gonna buy cable because Netflix is on there. And I say the same thing with Disney Plus. If Disney Plus had an actual cable station, best believe someone's gonna buy it. Buy cable so they can have Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the funny thing: a lot of the mainstream stuff. Okay, Disney Plus has Disney movies, Marvel, Fox Marvel movies that they did like the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and everything, and then the Star Wars movies and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got this stuff right here. Then you got the Star Wars stuff they have like the Mandalorian. Now that is a great series above anything else. That is a great series. And then they're coming out with new other series and everything. The WandaVision series I haven't seen. Somewhere maybe sometime soon, later on down the line and everything, I may watch that and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Marvel, love DC. I'm. I mean, I'm. I'm ready to see the Mortal Kombat movie. I can't wait for it to come out, whether I see it in theaters or wait till it come out on DVD. I just hope it lives up to its hype. Because let's be real, Mortal Kombat history is so complex. They should be like, wait, what the? And this and who is with what now? So in that, and like the only thing I know, like my favorite character right now in the whole Mortal Kombat history is of all time, pretty much is Liu Kang. Now, what they did with Liu Kang, it's so crazy. So he went from being the chosen one to being a doggone zombie evil revenant, and then they fix him and make him Fire Thunder God Liu Kang. That's the best ending Luke they can give Liu Kang, and him and his boo Katana don't want to have children and everything, but they got a messed up family. All right, let's keep it real. Okay, Shao Kahn will be the kid's grandfather. Sindel will be the kid's grandmother. Okay, and then you got Melina, who's half human, half Tarkatan, who look like she'll eat her aunts. I mean, her nieces or nephews, whatever it is. Whatever they do in Mortal Kombat 12 with Liu Kang is going to be beyond me. I don't know. I mean, it's so crazy. Who would have thought that Mortal Kombat would have Johnny Cage hooking up with Sonya Blade and they having a kid together? That's wild and everything. And then you see they fall apart because of Sonya Blade's demeanor and attitude, always being army general, strict and everything, and stuff. And Cassie's in the middle like, what the, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And Jax having a daughter, man, I never thought that they would give Jax a daughter and everything. You know what I'm saying? Jax is your military gun hold. Do it all by the book and everything. And when the gloves come off, the gloves come off. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different stuff. When with as video characters, come into play and everything. Out of all the video games I've played, from Mortal Kombat to Tekken and Dragon Ball Z, I have a few favorite characters. Now in the Tekken series, my favorite characters would be the guy named Hao Wang. I think I said his name wrong. Beto San, which is his master. Um, what's the other one? Jin, Kazuya, Hihachi, Jun, the whole Mishima family bloodline. You know, and Lei Wulong, the uh, the Chinese cop who knows martial arts. Law, martial law. The other martial artist, his son Forrest, Paul Phoenix, um, Bruce Irvin, and he got some other characters in there. Eddie Gordo. Can't forget about Eddie. Eddie Gordo, the dude knows Chaopria. And it's like he's doing these movements, right? If you play as Eddie Gordo, you know what I'm talking about. He do these little movements, right? And he goes to the left, he does to the side and everything. And he comes up doing a handstand kick and everything, doing a backflip or something and everything. And then they got the other character you can play as back. I don't know if they have him now, but his name was Tiger. Disco dude, you know what I'm saying? No Chaopria, you know what I'm saying, with the fro and everything. I'm like, yo, this dude is off the chain. This is wild. He's like back to the 70s and everything. So this dude is what you call, this dude is off. This dude is legit. Another black character I like. This is gonna be comic related. Val Zod from Earth 2, which is Superman's foster brother. Calvin Ellis on Earth 23, who is also the president and also Superman. Uh, Cyborg, Black Lightning, Static Shock, um, Tim, I think his name Tim Fox or Jace Fox, one of them, but he's one of Lucius Fox kids, and he ends up being the next Batman in DC Future State. I like his character. He's written by John Ridley. If you don't know who John Ridley is, I think he did 12 Years a Slave. Look him up. Look him up. You know, but in Star Wars, you got to go with Mace Windu, the baddest Jedi Master, the baddest African American Jedi Master. Period. And then there was Ada Gali, and she was a female Black Jedi. But overall, it was when you add a Black Jedi being played by Samuel Jackson. He had two different lights. He had a blue one, and then he had a purple one in episode three. In episode two, I believe. Um, you know, and that's just something else. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like Samuel Jackson as a Jedi. And then you have him as Nick Fury. Then he played as Jules. The list goes on and on. Then he was in that movie. I do not want to see it. I don't care if you rent it. I don't want to see no damn sticks on the plane. Let's just be real. It's just a lot, to think about. So every movie characters and stuff, they all cool. And then there's Spawn. Now Spawn, that's a character and a half, man. Right there. Him, Black Panther, you know, those characters, man. Storm, Black Panther and Storm was in a relationship at one time. I mean, it's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Then in the Cable, you know, a lot of characters. I think there's black character name, yeah, Blue Marvel. That's another one, but he just came out recently, like around early 2000s, something like that. And Miles Morales, you know, other characters like that. It's good to have representation of color in movies, video games, cartoons. You know, it is just wonderful, and I hope, and I just think it's great. Um, Honestly, like what I'm watching right now is Black Lightning. That's in its final series. The Superman and Lois series is not a bad series. It's pretty good actually. Um, Probably I may watch Supergirl when it come back. I mean, I may. You can't quote me on that because I like watching all the DC stuff and then Legends of Tomorrow. Now that is Legends of Tomorrow is not a bad series to begin with. Um, then they got DC Stargirl and everybody. Super little small little teenage girl. Um, Trying to take on a superhero career like she's in high school. I mean, we've seen it all done before in the Legends of Peter Parker or Spider Man and everything. I mean, it's just something to think about. And let's just put it like this: could you imagine having a child with superhuman abilities, right? And that child you have to teach that child to restrain those abilities. Yeah, she's on CW. Yeah, Supergirl's on CW. Um, and it's in their final season. And I also heard they're supposed to do like a I read the articles all the time. They're supposed to do like a painkiller series and stuff. Painkiller is the character that was in Black Lightning that was Jennifer's boyfriend, love interest who turned evil or whatever. That's just some crazy stuff. But yeah, if you let's say you had a child, right? And this is just fantasy, right? This ain't realistic. Let's just say you had a kid, and that kid was blessed with superpowers, right? So you would try to restrain and teach him how to control his abilities and stuff. Because when they get angry, when they get mad, that's a whole nother scenario now. And you and now he's now we get to the point where he's of age, you know, because he is pretty much like a god to other people or whatever because he has superhuman abilities and stuff. And then next thing you know, the government calls on your child to help them do such and such things. You know, and that is something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to share your child with everybody because he's a hero. You know, and everything, and something to think about. Now, with the Superman and Lois series, they introduced Superman having teenage boys. Now, in the DC Rebirth, Superman has a son, But in like in this TV series, he has two. One named Jordan, one named Jonathan. But in the in the DC Rebirth comics, Jonathan is the one that has his powers, his father's powers, and becomes the next Superman. It's just something to think about. We don't see that every day. Oh yeah, Hancock. Now that right there, that movie was not a bad movie. I ain't gonna lie, that was not a bad movie. Um, it was an interesting take on a superhero. You know what I'm saying? The movie came out in 2008. Hancock was not bad. I wish that DC would have added Hancock to one of their characters. They could do stories or continue story and everything. Um, they're coming out with a lot of different movies. So like, um, Aquaman is getting a sequel. Shazam is getting a sequel. Um, even the DC Super Pets, they gonna do a movie about them, which is wow, crazy. Uh, now now coming down to movies, the movies I'm looking forward to watching, and hopefully I get a chance to see. The new Batman movie that's coming out soon. Um, that hopefully The Matrix 4, John Wick number 4. Um, besides Mortal Kombat and Godzilla versus Kong, um, I don't know. That's probably about it for me. You know, and then I also watch the when they come back on again or whatever. I do watch like the Have and the Have Nots. I watch the Oval. Watch Queen Sugars or whatever. Um, those other three. That's about it. I think. As far as games go, I play different games. So like if you've been following me for a while, I've played a variety of different games. Um, I play a little bit of GTA, but that gets boring sometimes. Red Dead, that gets boring sometimes. Um, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I haven't played in a while, and that gets tedious at times. Warframe is never boring. Because there's so much to do in Warframe. You got the rank up test on top of that. Get new weapons and everything. They add so much stuff in Warframe that Warframe is almost like an overhaul. They got also new games coming out and stuff. So, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I can't wait to see some content about that, some actual gameplay. Uh, DC's Gotham Knights. Um, made by WB Games, where you get to play as Batgirl, Tim Drake, Jason Todd, and Nightwing. They should have added Damian Wayne to the list, but they didn't. And they should have added Batwing, Luke Fox's Batwing. They should have added that to the mix, and then probably add Batwoman. And yeah, Batwoman. Yeah, I watch it. Just to see how they doing with it, because it's been having us. The first two seasons. The second season is still in development. Because it haven't even finished yet. You can't really give an overall opinion on it or your overall rating or score on it. Um, but comic books. You see it back behind me. I did have a Spider-Man up, but it failed. Um, it's just a lot that you really think about. The world today is, you know, um, superhero fandom. That's how I'm gonna call it. Because Comic Con is in a few months, everybody. That's when all the big announcements come on, and then before that, you got E3. Because Sony missed E3. They would not appear at E3. You know why? Because Sony was doing their own thing. You know what it was? Their PlayStation 5. Okay, but hopefully, E3 will give us something to look forward to in the next few games that are coming out and stuff. Cyberpunk 2077 was a game everyone was looking forward to playing and let a lot of people down. I haven't even touched that game. It's first person all the way, but it's open world. That's the only thing that got me interested in, and I guess somewhat excited about it. I mean, it's just something to think about. We all think about these games and these movies and stuff like that. Um, Star Trek had a few games come out. But I had never seen any on. Unless you talk about the Star Trek Online game, yeah, it's an okay game, but not really what I had in mind. You know, they came out with a Star Trek game on PS3 where you get to play as Kirk and Spock. I forgot what the name of it was. But it was like a co-op game. You know, and it's like a third person. Now, if it was that something like that, I may get into it and play and buy it and play it. The what's the game? The Marvel's Avengers game that been a hit and a miss too. And hopefully it can overall they can make some improvements to it. I played the beta when they had a free beta for it. I played it, and the Hulk was kind of clunky. He was hard to jump. It was hard to jump with him. Yes, he had the Hulk smash and puny mortal. You know, stuff like that. All them kind of dialogues and everything. Um, you know, it's just something to think about. And my nose itching. I can't scratch right now on stream. But yeah, it's just something to think about. You know, it's just a lot of stuff to think about. Like, you know, Action Comics 1000. Let's see. Um, it's a good read. I got it in my hand here. But DC Action Comics 1000 is a good read. You know, um, honestly, comic books, you know, comic book statues and stuff, all of it costs a lot. You know, comic book statues go from 100 to 650 a pop. Um, there's some up there that's like 999 $999 for a comic book statue. Very big and everything. Um, and I got a few statues myself. Like I got a Charted um, Drake statue I had since Uncharted 3. It came with the game, the Uncharted 3 game, because I got like the collector's edition and stuff. And then I had a the other one. What's the other one I got? The Kotobukiya Superman one. I have not opened. I got it back in 2013. I'm still trying to wait till I have enough money to get like a curio to put it in and stuff. But if I play any game tonight, um, I may play some Pac-Man. You know, I usually play Destruction All Stars and all them other games on the weekend. Ooh, kind of tired. But games like that, you know, all like there's different games, and I haven't touched Destiny yet. I mean Destiny 2. My bad. I haven't played for the PS5 yet, even though I got a free upgraded version of Destiny 2. But I haven't played it on the PS5 yet. You know, because the Sony's space issue. You know what I'm saying? That has something to that's something you have to really work at with and everything. Because I was at one time thinking of getting PlayStation Now. So anytime I didn't feel like streaming the games I had, I would play a game on from PlayStation Now, and stream it and stuff. Um, I still been thinking about getting it. I don't know. That's up in the air right now. Um, World War Z I haven't played in a while. Uh, and when I start working, I'm only gonna have Sundays and Mondays off, so I won't be able to really stream. Um, because I start training Monday, right? My job training is Monday, and supposed to start Monday, hopefully. Um, and so what happens is, so I won't be able to stream till like when I'm on my official work schedule after they do the job training and stuff. I won't be able to stream till like Sundays and Mondays. So instead of what I have right now, I'll only be able to stream on Sundays and Mondays and everything. Um, that's life. You know what I'm saying? You try to make something out of your life. You try to build your net worth and everything. You try to make it yourself known to the world that look at what I can do. It's a motivational thing. It's a motivational thing because you are on. And if you think about it, you are only what you have. You the only. In other words, you're the only one you have in this world. We all have. cards that we are dealt with in this life, and it's up to us to make the most out of the cards we are dealt with and add new cards to the deck. A lot of time we forget about that kind of stuff because people so wrapped up in what you gonna do for them, what can you do for them, what about what you can do, what about what you gonna do for us or everyone else, you know, positively impact the world, you know, um, and stop spreading negativity, because life is short, people. You only get one life, and you decide to choose and do what you want to do with it, right? So I think that as far as the video games go and consoles go, the PlayStation 5 is not going to be the last game console we're going to see from Sony. I kid you not. That is my. That's what I am guessing. Because we may see PlayStation go from PlayStation 5 in years from now, if God bless us to be here. PlayStation 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We think that PlayStation 5 is something. Wait till technology gets to the point where it is amazing. It's so amazing that you're going to need a new pair of glasses and a new pair of shades and all this other stuff. And BAM! So, yeah, if you follow me on TikTok, I put a video out from a Mortal Kombat stream I did. And pretty much the video is me playing as Johnny Cage in one of the challenge Towers of Time, pulling off a brutality and everything. When I'm on streaming games, I like to be interactive, entertaining with people. I like to show my best me. You know what I'm saying? I like for people to come in my stream and say, "Hey, man, I enjoy watching you stream. I like your character. I like your personality." That's when I come in my stream. When I do my streams, I try to give y'all that the best way I can, no matter what's going on behind the scenes of my life. I try to come on here and give y'all a good content creator stream. And it's not easy, because things in your life may make you feel happy, sad, gloom, and stuff like that. Last month I was dealing with my father being in the hospital. Thank God he was able to get out. Thank God they released him. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. And here's the thing with my father. My father is the main reason why I'm in video games today. He bought my first PlayStation. Watch this now. Back in 95, 96, 97, PlayStation was a thing. Yeah, he's okay. He had a what he had tingling. I think in his left shoulder, and his lips were numb and everything. He was in the hospital for 3 days and everything. So they ran a heart catheterization surgery on him, and thank God there was no blockage and anything. My dad is 74. You know, I mean that should just go to show you. Like my dad, I'm 30 years old. I'll be 31 in October. My dad is 74. Um, and then I have my mother and everything, and then God rest my sister's soul and stuff. So, um, with me, it was more like when I started in 2019. I did not expect to lose my sister. My sister had was diagnosed with acute leukemia in May of 2019. July 2019, July 29th was the last time I saw her alive. And next thing I know, my mom and my dad they come home and tell me that she's gone. You know, 2019 that was a rough year for me emotionally. I did finish and everything. So and then when I lost I had to rethink I really had to get my bearings together. You know, and I was trying to stream during that year too. And there was one year, it was one stream I had to get off, I think, because I was just breaking down in tears because I was thinking about my sister and everything. Now how I felt so alone because she's gone and everything. And now that I'm the only son trying to make, you know, um, the best side of things. You know what I'm saying? And sorry, I'm about to get a little emotional talking about it. But and then you know what? And then the funeral and everything, all that other stuff. It was like Christmas. That first Christmas, yeah, it is. That first Christmas and the first Thanksgiving, it wasn't really the same. And I was still, I was like, doing going to grief share with my folks and everything and stuff like that. And I was reading books just to get over it and everything. I mean, I still think about it now, every once in a while, you know, because of the fact, that's my sister, and that's the only thing that's cut up in me inside and everything, and trying to not to get depressed and everything, and like her and I were 8 years apart, and it wasn't the one it was one of those things that okay, you did not when you in your 20s. I was 29. I was 28 because my birthday was October 25th, 2019. I was 28 before I was 28 when I lost my sister, and until this day, I'm just sitting. Sometimes I think about, man, you know, and it's just and it's something to think about, and they say you can't get mad at what God has a date for all of us, you know, and if it's His will must be done, and it's something we can't get in the way of, you know. It was just like I'm just gonna talk about this for a brief minute. I'm gonna talk about something else, but during that time, for me, the time I really felt emotionally alone was in that moment. Because during that time we moved from Florida. I was living in Florida at the time. When I got that news, and we had my folks now, we had to move everything from Florida to find a place in Georgia. At first, we were in a hotel, staying in a hotel for about maybe almost 2 months, and until we found a place to live at on a rent, in a sense, until she got better. And during that time, I would go to Florida with my pops and everything, get our stuff from Florida, bring it to the place that we were moving into in Georgia and everything. This is around and I was in my fifth semester of my degree, of my master's in game production management and everything. So I was playing catch up, trying to pass some classes and stuff and everything. And I did because I got my degree, you know. Um, but still, that's something hard to deal with, you know, and you don't know what's going to happen next. You scared to live your life. You scared because you don't know how you're gonna get from one day to the next and stuff. How you emotionally, you're always gonna have your family, but when you lose someone in your immediate family, that's just something hard to deal with. And then now we dealing with COVID. Talk about COVID, and people trying to date during COVID and stuff like that. But I'm like, that's a bad move. You might as well wait. If you're gonna talk to somebody, do a video chat with them. You know what I'm saying? Things will get right soon, but right now, just play it safe. You know what I'm saying? If a man has a girlfriend, the best thing for him to do is meet up with his girlfriend, shelter in place with her, and and they figure this stuff out. You know, that'd be the best thing to do. And everything. I mean, it's just so much to think about. Where, you know, now because Monday is oh man. Honestly, the thing about it is I haven't even got mine either. I'm honestly scared to get mine because I may be allergic to something on top of that. Because here's the thing about the vaccine is whatever they have in that vaccine, 9 times out of 10, somebody may be allergic to it. And that's something to take in consideration. And you always think about that stuff. Every time you do a vaccine, someone may be allergic to the symptoms. Sometimes it's best to stay home and buy your stuff online, grocery shop online, get it directly sent to your place, so you want to go out. And if you can go out somewhere, drive like around the cross state or whatever, and not get out and everything, that's one way of doing it. You know, I mean, a few days ago, I was with my mother, and we were passing by this school, and then there's a basketball court right next to it, and so many. Kid you not, I'm gonna say a lot of a lot of black folks out there playing basketball. No COVID is going on. I'm like, y'all couldn't do a 2K team and play 2K on your on PlayStation 4 or 5. Instead, y'all want to go out and play the real thing. COVID's going on. All that, those droplets of sweat and everything, and you're not social distancing. That's a COVID disaster right there. That's coronavirus disaster right there. Next thing you know, they end up in the hospital. You know, and that's something to think about. No matter how much we want to do something or do stuff like it's normal, you can't do it. Yes, they have a vaccine, but we all know people just going to take the vaccine so they can just go out and be with other people and know this stuff is still around. Because COVID, one of the main symptoms of COVID is it messes with your brain. Once you get it, it's hard for your brain to think again. You know, and I knew people who had COVID. And I'm glad that they were able to recover from it. You know, and that's the thing. You have to think about it on CNN. There's so much they'll tell you, and there's so much that they cannot take, or they don't want to scare us. They don't want to scare us. And then the thing about it is, you look at it like, how in the world they're going to navigate this stuff? It's crazy, you know. Um, and then Sunday is the Grammys, so I know I'm gonna watch it and then go straight to sleep. I'm not really like I'm looking at how they're going to do it and stuff. But I didn't watch like the Golden Glove. So here's the only thing I actually watch around certain months is this. Okay, the Video Game Awards is in December. I watch that like it's a new movie every year. I watch it faithfully when they start doing it and stuff. Um, Consumer Electronics Show, that's January. E3, June. I look try to find content about that when it's popping and everything. Um, Comic Con, July. Those are the months I look for. And all the when all the big stuff going down, and then June, because I like sports too. June is usually the big showdown in the NBA. The NBA Finals is always in June usually, except for last year. You know, and everything. Laker Nation, where you at? Where you at? But yeah, it's just you just think about it, and how they think about how the athletes have to play during COVID you know, and do all these COVID tests after they get off the court and everything, and doing COVID protocols and stuff, and then get back on there to play the next day or something. You know, it's just something to really, really think about, and we always think about what's going to be the next thing, what's going to happen on this time around, who's going to come out or whatever, who's going to be big on Twitch or who's going to be big on YouTube or whatever, you know. I mean, it's just you think about that kind of stuff, and then if it happens to be you. With all the 1 million something subscribers and you're a Twitch affiliate and then your Twitch partner and everything, all your money coming in from Twitch and stuff, you'd be like, did I really do this? I'm proud of myself. That's incredible. You know what I'm saying? And you give yourself a round of applause for that. You know what I'm saying? If that happens to be you. I mean, you think about it. There's a dodgeball game coming out. I kid you not. I think it's called Knockout City. Now, that's not free to play, but it's interesting, though. It's interesting because it's dodgeball. Who remembers playing dodgeball in middle school and in elementary school and everything? Dodgeball was the first war you ever participated in because it's dodgeball. You get hit, you're out. You know what I'm saying? So dodgeball is like war. Pick up the ball, find your opponent, and strike. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it is. And Fortnite's getting crazy with the Batman Fortnite crossover. They're gonna release next month. I mean, Fortnite just got ridiculous, man. I did not think Fortnite was gonna be so huge or whatever, but Fortnite is ridiculous. I mean, I play it sometimes. I play it on the stream because people like Fortnite. Do I like Fortnite? It's okay, casually, whatever. Then there's Rogue Arena. No, not Rogue Arena. Rogue Company. Um, that's another game too. It's not too shabby of a game. And then there's excuse me, Rocket Arena. That's a different game. That's a battle royale game too. It's not bad. It's pretty unique. It's not a bad game. And then there's shoot, Destruction All Stars. It's a battle royale game because it's cars and you wrecking folks and you cause them to get wrecked or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like bumper cars or whatever. You know. Um, I mean, and then there's a game I haven't touched in a while. Hitman. That Hitman series, man, that's so stealthy. Um, Metal Gear Solid series, that's a real stealthy game. You know. What else is really stealthy? All the ninja games they ever came out with, they were stealthy too. Warframe has a few stealthy missions and stuff. And then there is the um, first person shooter games. Now, the only first person shooter game I play because I got it is Destiny 2, and then there was Destiny. I'm not really a huge fan of Call of Duty because it's the same old stuff, repainted, remodified. Because it's always first person. There's no third person. Now, if they had a third person version of Call of Duty coming out soon, yeah, then I may get it. But until then, y'all got Call of Duty Warzone. Hats go off to you. Y'all like playing third first person all day long? Shut up. Hats to you. Because my thing is, you're in first person all the time. The only way in life you are in third person is when you look yourself in the mirror. When you're shaving or doing your hair, you know, or you video chatted with somebody. That is the only time you are in first person. I mean, yeah, third person. You know, right now, I'm in third person to y'all. You know, um, and then you want to talk about like animated movies, man. I'll be real with you. DC animated movies, um, universe, hands down, are good from the beginning. I mean, it's. I mean, these DC animated movies, they are on point. There was a Batman Samurai movie that came out with back in 2018, and that is legitimately good. You know, and everything. I mean, it's just something to think about. The Superman series, the Doomsday versus the Justice League. I think is what it's called. Um, I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty much um, Superman versus Doomsday, but with the Justice League involved. I forgot what the name of the title is, but overall, that whole series, I mean, it's good. You know, and then there's I mean, Marvel. They got some animated movies too, but they not as good as the from the animation. I've seen some of them, the early ones. They're not as good as the DC ones, animation wise. Um, have I missed anything? Oh, Dragon Ball Super. That series, Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Super is by far one of my favorite animes ever. Martial arts, characters can fly, and the hair colors make them stronger. The strength is in the hair. Think about it. In the Super Saiyan, the strength is in your hair. If you go Super Saiyan 1 one more time, your hair is yellow and it's spiky. And then it's Super Saiyan 2 and it's lightning everywhere. Super Saiyan 3, you get long spiky hair down to your back. Then Super Saiyan 4, your hair is red looking kind of down here. You and the man got a tail. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball, yeah, I hear you, man. Dragon Ball is something else. Um, and then the characters, the character lineup. There is okay. I'm gonna name every character I know off the top of my head. When I close my eyes, I'm gonna name them: Goku, Chi Chi, Trunks, Gohan, Goten, Piccolo, Raditz, Nappa, King Piccolo, Frieza, Cell, Kid Buu. What's the other? Kid Buu, Shenron, Kenkai, Whis, Beerus, um, Bulma and Chi Chi, I got Vegeta, and then Krillin, Yamcha, and there's Tien, Master Roshi, though that old pervert fart, his sister, there's Bobbity, there's other characters, but yeah, the fusions, Vegito, Gogeta, you know, Gotenks, you know, and then Frieza's forms and stuff. I mean, hands down, Frieza, Goku versus Frieza is the most classic fight you will ever see in Dragon Ball Z. Because that's when Goku becomes a Super Saiyan for the first time. Then Goku versus Cell, that fight is interesting because it's always down to the face of to the end of the world. But in the Cell's games, that took a turn, a wild twist because that's when Gohan fought Cell. He goes Super Saiyan, and he goes Super Saiyan 2. I wish with Gohan they would have gave him more. Gohan is a good character, but he's underrated Saiyan, but he's a good character though. I would have loved to see Gohan hit Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, and then all of a sudden Super Saiyan 3 and 4, and he goes through the same thing his daddy went through, Goku goes through, becoming Super Saiyan and everything. You know. Trunks. Trunks is cool too, and then there's Zombisu and Goku Black. And there's Boo. The versions of Boo. Fat Boo. Majin Buu. Skinny Majin Buu. And then the little kid angry Boo. I mean, the whole character arcs, and then you got the androids. Android 17. Android 18 is married to Krillin. I'm like, what the fudge? How the what? Is she still android or is she human? Like, how the world they made a baby? Maybe they just I don't know. And I ain't gonna get into that. But it's just something to think about. Dragon Ball Z, it's something else. Now and I think of fights from characters from different universes, and then the tip of the iceberg. Let's look at the fights with Goku. Goku versus Frieza. Goku versus Cell. Goku versus Majin Buu. Then Goku versus Kid Buu. Him and Vegeta. Then Goku versus Hit. Versus Goku versus Top. Uh, Goku versus Beerus. That's an interesting fight because Beerus puts Goku to his limits. Because Beerus is the god of destruction. Ah, ah, ah. So all Beerus does is he does this, ting, half of the planet destroyed, and then he got Whis, and then there's Jiren. Now, in Goku versus Kefla, that's a pretty easy fight for him. That's warm up, child's play, right? But Goku versus Jiren. Now Goku versus Top, because Goku can easily defeat Top. Um, Vegeta versus Top is a whole different story. Because Vegeta goes Vegeta Blue and everything. Um, Pretty much Super Saiyan God version of Vegeta with a darker hair color, darker bluish color. Okay. But with Goku, he ended up Goku fought Jiren. He did that spirit bomb and he got engulfed in the spirit bomb. That's when he reached the whole new power level. Goku hit the Matrix, okay? Goku hit the Neo-esque, okay? I'm talking about Ultra Instinct, autonomous Ultra Instinct. Like, in all my years, I've never seen Goku be so gracefully in his body, moving form or whatever. Goku is pretty much Neo of Dragon Ball Super. He is the one. Oh, dun, 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 dun. I mean, he is the one. You know what I'm saying? Goku is pretty much the Neo of Dragon Ball Z. Period. Oh, Neo, Morpheus, Trinity. Oh, the Matrix. I love the Matrix. Um, I know that's another topic we're gonna get into in a few minutes. But yeah, Goku is pretty much the one. Now, and they did continue. He fought Moro, who was a planet eater. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope Dragon Ball Super comes back on for season 2, because I want to see that whole series, the Moro arc, him fighting Moro and everything. Him and Vegeta at odds against each other because they can't defeat the dude. I would like to see that whole thing. And now let's talk about the Matrix. Neo. Neo is gonna be everyone's favorite character because he's Neo. Okay, he can dodge bullets. He can fight. He know kung fu. Neo, John Wick, played by Keanu Reeves. Man, that guy right there. Oh man, he got some good roles. Anyone remember that movie Speed? Speed was a good movie. The first one on about that bus. I don't know about the second one though, but the first one's about the bus. You know, um, but yeah, I mean, it's just something to think. It's something to think about. Neo versus Morpheus. That's a good fight. That fight was done so well. Um, I hope they come out with another Matrix game, and be done by if NetherRealm does another Matrix game. If they ever get the rights to a Matrix game, because I say NetherRealm Studios because they fighting mechanics are easy to do in the games. As you're the player. Um, if they do another one, a Matrix game, and it's good, man, that's gonna be a good. I mean, they did, man. That's gonna be a good. That's gonna be a good one. Because the Matrix only had 3 games. No, only had 2 games. No, 3 games in the video games. Into the Matrix was a good one. Matrix Path of Neo, that was okay. And then the Matrix Online game, I never played it. Um, that whole those 3 games, and that's just something to really think about and stuff. Because the Matrix is it's just a good series. You know, um, Then you got Agent Smith and everything. So I wonder who's going to be the villain of Matrix Four. You know, that's what I wonder. Whew. And then there's others, and then that's the thing. I just wonder who's gonna be the villain. Because you have classic different different like the Ghost Twins, them twins, man, and Matrix Reloaded, man, them suckers have some freaky powers. Able to regenerate they hand or they limb like Piccolo from Dragon Ball. You know, I mean, it's something to think about. It truly is something to think about and stuff. I'm just just thinking about it because it's just something to think about. These movies, man, they put us in these worlds and we explore with our eyes and ears, and then the movie's over with, and we go back to regular stuff. It's an escape from our own realities. Video games are too, though, when they're not boring and you run out of stuff to do in the game. But yeah, man, I sit here and I think about this stuff all the time. Writing stuff or songs or everything like that. And I don't say I can sing, but I mean, sometimes I hear a certain tune in my head and I like to sing it sometimes, or I come up with my own version of it or whatever. Music back in the day was clean and crisp. That was just whatever they put out. Like I like that love song, romantic love song, Barry White's "Practice What You Preach." Now that song right there is the truth. It's a classic song, but it's the truth though. You know, it's a song that tells that you let them girl know, hey, you better practice what you preach. You be like, and the song be like, you telling me this and telling me that. You say once I'm with you, I'll never go back. You say there's a lesson that you wanna teach. Now here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. It's an old song, man. You really gotta look it up. By Barry White. Them old folks know about that song now. I mean, Barry White, man. He's like, yeah. He's one of them. That's one of them cats, man. I mean, heck, you know about some. If you don't know about Barry White, The Temptations, Five Heartbreaks, Michael Jackson, Prince, James Brown, man, where have you been? That is the pioneers of music. You know, um, it's it's one of them songs, man. Now a lot of people, I know a lot of people are familiar with Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen because of the Justice League song, because they heard it in the Justice League Zack Snyder trailer. You know, that's a romantic song too, honestly. Used in They also used in the movie he did Watchmen. Now that's a comic book movie right there too. Very grimy, very gritty. Um, Favorite Prince song, Purple Rain. Purple, just the Purple Rain. I cannot sing no, I cannot sing his songs. I don't have the tunage for it. But Purple Rain, that's my favorite one out of Prince. He was a pioneer. Yeah, he was weird, but he was a pioneer. He didn't have a cell phone. You had to call him when he at home if you're able to reach him. Yeah, I mean, it's a funny thing. When I play Mortal, here's a funny thing about Purple Rain. Um, Yeah, that's a good one too. Well, here's the funny thing about Purple Rain. So when I would play Mortal Kombat 11, I play as Rain, the ninja from Mortal Kombat 11 from Mortal Kombat series, and sometimes I find myself singing Purple Rain in the stream or whatever, like Purple Rain. But I mean, like, it's just something about that, it's crazy, man. Like there's a lot of good songs, back in the day. The Temptation had a bunch of good ones too. Um, and you can feel the emotion in them songs. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I want to do you so bad and I'm gonna make you scream and blah blah this and blah blah that on everything. Like, it wasn't nothing like that. I mean, you heard all that stuff when you got in middle school. I mean, that's what I heard because it was on the bus. You listen to it on the bus with it early in the morning or whatever. Like, I mean, that's when and then you will listen to some of the stuff sneakily when you're a kid. Good and well when you were a kid, you had like a CD radio or whatever. You know, um, it's something else, man. Cause now it's crazy. I agree, man. It's crazy because I'm sitting there like, when you think about it, it was like, yeah. Now it's all beats and stuff. I mean, now some of the stuff is now some of the beats, they're not bad. Some of them are not bad, to tell you the truth. Um, DJ Khaled, what's he did? He did two hood songs. Welcome to my hood and I'm so hood or whatever. Those two beats, man, it kind of electrify whatever that's going to happen next. Um, but I like Welcome to my hood instrumental better. That's my favorite one. Out of I'm so hood and Welcome to my hood, I like that one better. Like, welcome to my hood, ba, 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 or whatever. But that's the song right there, though. Um, but yeah, a lot of songs like now John Legend. I like John Legend. Um, I like listening to his music. Aloe Black. He doesn't have and Aloe Black is not it's not really cussing or whatever. It's always tell a story. Um, Life Jennings. Life Jennings, man, I like Life Jennings music, man. He tells a story, but he's real with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey yo, you the one just turn on the CD player. I just want to inform you, when you got something right, when you got something good, you hold on to 'em. You know what I'm saying? Um, hey man, honestly, I don't know how I ended up with a John Lennon CD. Like my favorite one, I liked not Green Light, but the other one. Everybody knows. Everybody knows was my jam. I tried to sing it, whatever, and like the verse. I think one of the verse was like, um, I gotta I gotta look at it. I gotta listen to it though. I know what part of I know the chorus, but like, cause everybody knows how to make it work or how to ease a hurt. You heard it all before, cause everybody knows. I mean, it's telling a story. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody, you know, it's telling a story. I actually, no cap, but I actually was talking on the phone with a girl years ago, and now what I was stupid because I really pressed the girl and I was trying to get her to be mine. I don't know. Cause back in the like high school days, I used to do like a lot of singing and stuff or whatever. I didn't have like the crazy. I did do maybe some chorus stuff or whatever, but like back in high school, I was in football. I was junior varsity, like my 10th grade year. Played junior varsity again my junior year, and then ended up being on junior varsity, then being on varsity my senior year. I finally made it to the big leagues or whatever. So it was just a lot to think about and everything. My prom night was crazy. So my prom, kid you not, was in a church house, a church-like building. I'm like, why? would you put a prom in a church-like building, and then you see Jesus statues everywhere? You couldn't really get your groove on like you really wanted to, but you see Jesus statues, big old Jesus sculptures in the prom church, in this church building. They put the prom in. Man, I thought Jesus was gonna strike me down that night. I ain't lying to you. Like they put the prom in the church house. Like, come on, man. Why you would put a prom? I mean, the school I went to, Hillsborough High School, man. I went to Hillsborough High School, right? And that was my senior and my junior. I could have went my junior year, but I decided to go my senior year. I ain't had a girlfriend or whatever. But yeah, I mean, why? They could have put it in a hotel ballroom. That's what a prom is supposed to be. A prom should be at the hotel ballroom. If it's not at the hotel ballroom, have it at the gym. Even though it's dusty and raggedy. Heck, I would have liked it at the football field because it's outside and you can leave when you want to. You know what I mean? But shoot, man, I tell you, that was crazy for me. Um, let's see. What else I can talk about? Oh yeah, when I first got into martial arts, when I was like 9, 10 years old, I was in elementary school. I was in fourth grade, and I had to learn. I had to translate Korean, right? So I'm sitting there taking this test. I had to translate what Korean words like taekwondo. So Tai is the foot, Kwan is the hand, and art is and do is the art. So and then I had to memorize. Okay, they would do that. Okay, do a roundhouse kick. I do that. Okay, I send in there do roundhouse. Side kick. Okay, do a side kick. Back kick. Okay, do a back kick. Inside crescent kick. Okay, do that. Outside crescent kick. Okay, do that. And then the poom says, and then I do the poom says as my rank up test got more difficult. Be like they set them in a different way. So like poom say one, they'd be like Tegu, please do step up to the line. They said something like that, and do Tegu one now. Do Tegu two now. Do Tegu three. I'm sitting there like the second one, the first and the third one, I could easily do. But the second one, I had a problem doing a 180-degree middle. I mean, middle was it middle block or something like that? Middle left block or what? Yeah, middle block. Let's call it a middle block because you like you going like this. See, I had an issue doing a 180-degree turn middle block on the right. What like middle block, middle right block, middle left block, something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, I could not get that down for anything. So I had to take the test again and just do that one part and everything. And then I passed. And then before at that height of my life, before I just thought about college, school, because I was still a kid, and I was in that frame. I was 4 belts away from a black belt because the last belt I received was a green belt and white stripe. Kid you not. Um, as far as and then like from the tournaments, they had little sparring matches within that was part of the test. So in that round, in those rounds, I had maybe 4 bronze. I had in total, I had out of all the tests put together, in total I had 4 bronzes and 1 silver. I earned that in my in my rank up test. Go figure, right? Um, maybe one day when things get straightened out, when things get right, maybe one day I may go back and get into it again. Go back and complete what I started. Martial arts. And everything. Martial arts movies. Let's see. Oh, Once Upon a Time in China. That series is a great series. It's a series of movies because it focuses on a character named Wong Fei Hong, played by Jet Li, and he's like I think it's six of them. I think the first three I remember that vividly. But I think in one of the scenes is a you gotta look it up. Where Wong Feng Hong versus a cowboy, and the cowboy trying to be like, "What in the world are you?" I ain't gonna say what he actually said, but I'm just what in the world are you like? And then you see him fighting the cowboy and everything, and then is I think it's the first one. Is it the first one or the second one? There is a fight scene between Jet Li and Donnie Yen before Donnie Yen becomes the IP the Ip Man, Bruce Lee's master. Before he plays Bruce Lee's master. Now this is early. It's like early stages, early in the early career. Jet Li and Donnie Yen went head to head in this movie. Once upon a time in China. Look it up. I kid you not. Overall, the whole series is good. I mean from the first three, but I still think it's good to this day. It's just hard to find if you can probably find it on Amazon. But Once Upon a Time in China, um, 1 through 6, and then there's the Legend of the Drunken Master with Jackie Chan, and it's the character Wong Fei Hong. You know, Jackie Chan's fight scenes in that movie was pretty good. And then cause there's two of them. There's Drunken Master they did way years ago. Then the new one they came out with around 2000, 2001 or whatever. You know, that's a good movie. Like good fight scenes. Boom, boom, bang or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, Forbidden Candles not wasn't really a bad movie either, cause you actually got to see Jackie Chan versus Jet Li, the fight that a lot of people wanted to see, and that was a good fight too. You know, um, the Rush Hour series, man. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, have mercy, man. That was a good. Oh, my favorite one, I think, is Rush Hour 3. That's like my favorite one. Um, another movies are like us. Oh, the Bad Boys trilogy. The third one, that was a surprise to me. Like, I would not think that the dude that tried to kill him was the son from that crazy witch girl. Who would have thought? That was a plot twist and a half. You know, um, it's just something to think about. I mean, oh yeah, Suicide Squad coming out. I think it's supposed to come out this year. And it was the first one wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad at all. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, that's the thing. Western movies, Tombstone. That's a classic movie right there. It wasn't a bad. That's not a bad movie either. Tombstone is a good movie. Um, Romeo Must Die with the late Aaliyah and Jet Li. That was a good movie too. Um, what is it called? Blood and Bone. Yeah, that's a good movie too with Michael Jai White. That man is a phenomenal martial artist. Like, he is phenomenal. The man that been doing that for years. You can tell. You know that man right there. That's one of the legends of martial arts. In my book, yep, check. He's a legend, all right. He played as he was the he played as Spawn when Spawn first came out in the early '90s, and I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Now Cortana is acting crazy. What? Stop it, Cortana. I did not ask you to um speak. Sorry, guys. Cortana's acting crazy here. Um, but yeah, it's just something to think about. All these movies. Lost in Space was a decent movie too. Um, it wasn't a bad movie. It was pretty decent, if you ask me. Um, then there's I don't know. There's so many different movies I've seen though. I mean, most of them are kung fu movies. Um, some of them wasn't. Some of them were action thrillers or whatever. Um, the Die Hard movies, they not bad either. You know, what's that other movie I've seen? I've seen so many different movies. Oh, Hobbs and Shaw movie wasn't a bad movie either. A friend of mine, she took me to see it back in 2019. That's not a bad movie at all. That's actually a pretty cool movie. Um, and then what's another TV series I watch? Oh yeah, The Flash. That's on now and everything. That man, I think in the and if you ever seen the second episode of The Flash for season 7, I mean his new attitude. It's like they pretty much turned him into give him a Borg attitude. What I mean by the Borg, I'm referring to Star Trek. They said they like we are one body, we are one mind or whatever. Um, resistance is futile. That's pretty much what they did to Barry Allen. They gave him a Borg like attitude. Then he finally snapped out of it. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a Borg like attitude for episode 2. He got super speed thoughts. Um, yeah, and then now there's I don't know what else gonna I don't know what else they're gonna come out with. Supposed to be a kung fu series coming out on CW soon. They got Walker Texas Ranger reboot that they doing. I haven't seen it. But The Boys, that's on Amazon Prime. I don't know why the word I'm scratching my head. It's not very professional, but but The Boys, Amazon Prime. I've seen seen a few clips of the series. It's not a bad series. You know, the guy that I think his name Jensen Eccles, I think. The guy that played in the Supernatural series along with Jared Piladucki, whatever however I said the man name all wrong. Piladucki, I don't know. Anyway, um, but yeah, the guy that played he played as Sam. Jared played as Sam, and Jensen Ackles, I think that's his name. If I'm saying it correctly. He played as Dean. They were the Winchester brothers. But anyway, he's supposed to be in The Boys next season and everything. And I think John Cena is supposed to be in the Suicide Squad. And him and Idris Elba and other characters. And John Cena is also in the next and the Furious movie. And that's a long list of movies. Fast and the Furious. I've seen maybe a few of them, not all of them all the way through. But if I have to buy the whole DVD thing and binge watch all of them, I'll do it just to keep up or whatever. But that whole series, honestly, I think what they should have done after Paul Walker died, they should have just stopped at 7. A lot of people didn't feel like it would be the same without Paul Walker being in the movie. I mean, they did carry on and go forward, but I just feel like after Fast 7, that's it. You know, do like spin-offs or whatever, and then talk about after the effects of after Fast 7, and then that'll lead into Fast and the Furious 8 or whatever. You know, um, I mean that's just something to think about. And then um, those action-packed movies and stuff and everything. So a lot of people also like a lot of a popular series. What's that series on AMC? It was a kung fu series. What is? Oh, it was Into the Badlands. I used to watch the heck out of that show. That was a good show. Into the Badlands was a kung fu series, but that was a good show. Like seriously, That was not a bad series. Into the Badlands was not a bad series. Um, then there's the Walking Dead series. You know, a lot of people love the Walking Dead. You know, Whew, jeez. I might just stream a Pac-Man game tonight. All this chatting I'm doing. Um, but I try to give y'all something different, you know, and everything. And I know my schedule's going to change soon. And if I get off like two, if I work and I have to get off 2 hours, and and it's like job training, I'm off for 2 hours, and I'm only it has to be two, and it's only 2 hour job training. Then if it's only 2 hour job training, then every day, then I may be able to do some streaming for you guys during the week, hopefully. You know, um, it's just I mean honestly these Mortal Kombat as a whole, you know, let's go back to Mortal Kombat for a minute. I know I keep switching stuff, but I'm trying to talk about different things. Um, Mortal Kombat as a whole, overall, is a great series. It introduced interesting characters, you know. Um, like if we ever like you know, and also watch do anybody watch Death Battle? The Death Battle series? That is an awesome series too. Um, I hope they one day do a Devora versus Doctor Octopus fight. You know, that would be an interesting fight. If the works I've done, see, I've done maybe okay. I haven't done anything else recently, but the works I've done in the past. Um, I did a game, visual novel game called Jetpack Pigs. And let me see if it'll pick. Let me see if I can show that screen and everything. Let's see. Um, oops. Sorry about that. I'm adding. I need to add something here. Let's see. Uh, sorry if I did that. I not. Okay, here we go. This is a game I did when I was in for my degree. So the name of the game is Jetpack Pigs. I haven't really talked about this game in a long time, but I can briefly tell you what it's about. Jetpack Pigs is about three pigs coming together to face a wolf. And the wolf is, you know, and it's you know, that's why I can tell you that much because I have to look at what it was about. Fine. Get the summary because I haven't played it. I haven't talked about this game in a long time. Let's see what it says in the summary. Okay, the story takes place in Porkopolis. That's the name. Porkopolis, an island which is mainly ran by pigs. An island predominantly governed by pigs. All the tropical islands comprise Porkopolis, or Porkopolis is comprised of tropical islands. This paradise is a pig safe haven. The peaceful habitat is sheltered from gnarly predators such as the wolf. Unfortunate events have shuttered the tropical paradise, causing widespread mayhem. The culprit martyred the wolf, aka Wolf Wookie, or Wolfie, however you want to say it, because this was for school. It's a hunter who works for the Wolf Bounty Association who stormed from Porkopolis, capturing all in sight. Unbeknownst to Wolfie, while engaged in his reign of terror, he learns pigs and wolves used to live together in peace and harmony. Or he stumbles across artifacts depicting pigs and wolves living together in peace and harmony. Now, three brave pigs must face Wolfie. Their mission is to restore order, bringing peace back to Porkopolis. Porkopolis, that's his name. Between pig and wolf, if they fail, all the pigs will be forced to live in eternity in captivity or exile. That's I did this for my degree. Yep, it's called Jetpack Pigs, and it's free to play. I gotta find the other files for it just in case people cannot play it. Um, I'm just looking. Let's see analytics here. Oh, that's other games. Let's look at mine real quick. And then this is the other one I did for my project. I did it for my graduate student project. This one's called Sins and Misdeeds. That's what it's called, Sins and Misdeeds. Um, Actually, this was for my class. This was for my class team. I got a master's in game production and management, and this was my project. I decided to do it on called Sins and Misdeeds for my graduate student innovation project. So I wanted, and this was something I did. My dad, he helped me with this, with this project, because I was able to work with whoever I wanted to work with. Because I got my master's degree at UAT, which is University of Advanced Technology. So originally, my master's, my first master's degree, the first when I first started my master's degree, it was in game design at another school. And then when stuff went wrong, I went up. I got a. I started over registered for another school, registered at University of Advanced Technology, and changed my major from game design to game production and management. Game design is pretty much applying mechanics to the game. Um, my background was in coding, so my bachelor's was in information systems with a concentration in programming. And coding was something I actually needed help with doing. You know, more game student. That way, my business partner and I can get folks who have degrees in, have a strong certification in game engines and game art and game testing, sound engineering, all those different roles and stuff, so we can make games and stuff like that, and do it on next gen consoles and stuff and everything. That's the goal, and yeah. So if y'all get a chance, let me pull up my website. I know I did it in one of my streams here, but I'm gonna pull up my website here, and I talk about my journey here. So, and I'm not gonna read it to you because it's very long. This is when I used to live in Florida and everything. I in the school I attended and stuff. My perseverance. So and everything, and I mean persevering was not easy. You know, um, it wasn't easy, man. I mean, honestly, I went through a lot of stuff, and that was. I mean, you read like that's my website right there. You can check out my story. You can use it to motivate yourself to get be and everything. I mean, that's just. I mean, as long as it inspires you, and everything, because I talk about all different stuff. So in my website, I haven't updated it in a while, but in my website, I talk about all different stuff, such as let's see, I talk about this right here. What happened, and then I posted my degree. You know, um, this supposed to, and this just talks about my journey or the student's journey. You know, I say in the student's journey in your early years, you figure out how long it would take you to reach your career goals. Understanding your first, understanding that first will help. Understanding that first will help you figure out what you will become, and it's true. Um, I also did a development blog. I did a breakdown of Jedi Fallen Order. I did a game breakdown of this of Jedi Fallen Order. Um, hopefully you'll be able to read it. But I did a um, game breakdown of that because that was one of the class. I mean, I decided to take what I learned from my school and do a breakdown of different games. Um, also talk about I did a dev blog, developers blog. You know, so I talk about for this one I did. I haven't done one in a long time, but I talked about the graphics and everything. So you can read it when you get a chance. But this is my website. Um, and you can read it when you get a chance. Let me just read stuff here and everything. But you can read it when you get a chance. This is my website here, and it's I decided to there ideally Jetpack Pigs was supposed to be a 3D game, open world 3D game, but the due to the no, it doesn't have cookies. It shouldn't have cookies. You can sign up and see whatever I work on and everything, but it shouldn't have cookies. And then I honestly, I created my website in 2018. I use Weebly, so um, I use Weebly to create it and stuff like that. Just to see what I can do, how good I can do with my hands. So you can create that with Twitch for and put all my little titles and everything. No, I ain't gonna lurk nobody. Nah. That shouldn't happen. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of. I mean, no. I am more of a person who likes to see people reach their highest potential in life and not have the crabs in a bucket mentality. Um, and I also talk about my favorite stuff. You know, um, and then Dev Blog 102. I mean, I talk about that's what I how I would do it if I was running my own. Um, the third one was about let's see. I talk about sins and misdeeds and everything and how I got started with video games. Um, yeah. Oh, my name it's oh that's my well I don't really give out my full name, but this is like this is like you see the website and you see my name at the top. You know, I should have blocked that out, but um, that's my full name pretty much right here. You know, else we got here? Oh, I also did a review on yours truly. Whereas I talk about different things. So I did I did a review on the PlayStation 5. You can read that as well. I haven't right. But I did a review on the PlayStation 5 and I discussed it. I know I haven't got no comments about it, but I talked about whereas the PlayStation 5 broadcasting on Twitch, and they're doing a few live streams on PlayStation 5 on Sundays, which is part of my Twitch schedule. Broadcasting gameplay on the PlayStation 5 is so simple and easy, especially if you are using Stream Elements. Now, setting up the PlayStation 5 camera to show your face to your viewers is much easier. PlayStation 5 is a great complete console. Storage space topic. The storage space you really have to be careful until you add a storage expansion without issues. Now I did notice the settings where you could format a hard drive for the PlayStation 5, but for me personally, I may not do it until an extended storage update for PS5 is released. The headset topic. I talked about the headset. The headset is amazing. It took a while for me to get the hang of it, but overall, it is awesome. And then I talked about the DualSense controller. So what I discussed is the haptic feedback in the DualSense controller is very intuitive. And adaptive triggers work and you can feel the difference when firing different weapons in different games. Which is true. You feel the triggers, right? So if I'm playing Warframe, I can feel the triggers. If I'm firing a bow with, I can feel it. I can feel it in everything. When I do a fatality, put in the right input commands to do a fatality in Mortal Kombat 11 or do brutality, I can feel the haptic feedback from it. Um, yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's haptic feedback all the way, baby. Can't get ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like haptic feedback. Nothing like haptic feedback. Appreciate it. Now, Sins and Misdeeds is actually all of them. The games are on Itch.io. Um, that's why I uploaded it too. So hopefully, my once the entrepreneurship of the game studio gets kicked off with my business partner and I, we'll be able to bring more games to the public and stuff. That's the goal. Now that's gonna take some time. I can't really give a set date when we're gonna have a game studio ready. That's all taking time. With me, I start doing customer service job training next week. So I may not be able to stream till Sundays and Monday. So because of my job training. Um, but overall, I mean that's just how it is. It's not easy trying to entrepreneur yourself in the field you went to school for. It's not easy. I mean, people doing it all the time. Warframe is an independent studio. You know, the people who created Warframe, they are an indie game studio until they are bought by Sony. Like Bethesda is now officially part of Xbox. Think about. Um, let's see what else we got. See anything else I can show cool. Um, and yeah, and I also I'm Christian, so I believe in God. You know, once for God, I wouldn't be where I am. You know, and that's something to think about. Let's see. But I'm not gonna get into that though. What else we got here? Yes, do I have? Why games? And what almost broke me. Now this is personal, okay? Because this actually happened. All right, I'm gonna talk about this for a little bit. and this what motivated me to finish my degree. Cool. Um, Now here's the thing. So, what almost broke me is a personal thing. I'm gonna talk about it. So the school I went to, I would leave nameless, and the professor I will leave nameless. But she said these. She said I wasn't. In other words, I wasn't cut out for a degree, for a class, and everything. And it put me in a motion. It broke my. It hurt me, and and I was upset inside. And that was the icing on the cake. I also did a game called worked on a game called Dino Tanks at this actually school. You can look that up because I think that's already out. But I did the QA work for it when I was there before I had to change to another school and stuff. Um, Dino Tanks is like it's dinosaurs and tanks. You can look it up on YouTube, but it's called Dino Tanks. That's one game I actually worked on and everything. Let me see if I go to. Let me go to Public Works. Um, I mean, that would actually be the first game that my name would be credited to. Let me see if I can go to Public Works, see if I mentioned that. Nope, I didn't mention it. But that was a game I worked on. Um, did the QA work for it and everything. Um, Comic books, movie series, LinkedIn. I'm gonna just check my LinkedIn real quick, and if it allow me to check it. Hold on. Um, and show my credentials and stuff. Let's see. Let's go straight to me. And, all right, this is me right here. A little bit about me. Um, my background history. I also worked for another. I also worked for like I had two jobs. Like I had like I worked for two game studios. One was on school at school campus. At the first school I went to for my degree, my master's, and then the other one I was doing when I was going to A&T. Everything I've done, and these the two student films I helped a buddy of mine with. So you can find this on YouTube too. It's pretty much a history about me, background history, education, classes I've taken, um, all these courses I took in over time. It's a long list, honors and awards. Um, I mean, this is all about this is me. You know. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, I did film it. Yeah, I did film. I did cinematography for well, altogether three, only three. Actually, more than three, but I'm gonna leave it. Actually more than three, but I can't. I'm not gonna talk about the other thing. So, but like the film edit, like the cinematography I did for my buddy. I can talk about the stuff I already did. So, yeah, I know, but I just if you consider the I said more than three, but I said I'm not gonna talk about the other one. You go. I know that's still. I'm just gonna keep that one on quietness. because I can't really talk about it because I did do. I worked for two different game studios. They were indie, and then at the second one they were working on the game and stuff. Um, we are, we're trying to get a lot of people in first because he has ideas in mind of what he wants to bring and what he want to put together. So he has some ideas in mind, and I have some ideas in mind. So we're trying to figure out how we're gonna put it all together and stuff. Between me working, doing customer service work, well, training for customer service and everything, and then doing other stuff, and if and him and stuff, he's working on personal stuff and other stuff, and we coming together, we meeting up on stuff and everything, because our job is we're in the we what we will end up doing because my position and his position, he's pretty much the founder and CEO, and mine is the co-founder and CEO. So everybody else will be working under us. That's how we have it set up at the moment, and we still trying to get more people in and trying to make sure people are willing to work with us until we get everything right and everything ready in order and stuff. That's the main thing, you know, and that's me trying to build something, and build a legacy or something and leave it behind, which is not easy. You're gonna have people down you. You're gonna have people um, don't believe it can be done, you know, and it's just something to think about. I mean, well, there's also art. There's also game art. Um, what I would thanks, but what I would suggest, game art. If you good at drawing, okay. Um, you don't suck. Everyone has a talent somewhere. You just gotta know what that talent is. I can't draw myself. I can't draw. Only thing I can draw is stick figures. Um, and maybe like there's marketing and there's the business side of it. Well, speak positivity to yourself. I mean that's all I can tell you. There's always the business side and advertising. That's another thing about it. And there's the sound room, the editing and engineering. You know, um, voice acting and stuff like that. And what else we got here? Do I have anything else to talk about? Oh, sometimes if you on SoundCloud, I do like sometimes I'll do like custom. I'll do my own tracks through this app called Drum Pad Machine, and I will do my own tracks, and you will find them on SoundCloud. I know I went over this in my last stream, but let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can just pull it up real quick, so people know where you can find that at. Um, exit here, SoundCloud. Uh, and see, these are songs custom tracks or songs I created. So you can find all of these that's on my SoundCloud. I do them for fun when I feel like doing them and stuff. So you can find all of them here. And like I could play all of them if I really wanted to, But I rather for the people to listen to them themselves, and they can see if they like it or not. You know, and it's just one of those things. So like she was not there. She was not there is yeah, I actually did. It's more than one sound though. That's the thing. Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all listen. Let y'all listen to it. Um, let me see. Let me find it. See, here's now. This is the main one I did recently. This is the main one that I did. This one was based off of real hurtful emotions. It's called "She's Not There," or "She Was Not There." Yeah, I mean that's the latest one I've done. I haven't done. I don't know if I would do another one. Sometimes I may do another one. It just depends. that song too, but I ain't trying to play that. I don't know why that happens. I'm gonna play. This is the one I want to play. I don't want to get copyright strike infringement or whatever. So this is the one that's long. Yeah, I was. No, this is part one. Hold on. I gotta do it right. Hold on. Let me do this right. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. I gotta do this right. Before This is the one. Okay, it's the first one. It's shorter before you listen to the second one. This is the first one. Now let's go back to this one. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's part two to the other one. It's a part two. Now the very first ones I did at the very bottom. So yeah, I like it too. I can get to that one later. Um, Here is the very first two I did. Now I haven't listened to these two in a while, but here we go. Hold on, wait a minute. No, 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 no. Yeah, I like this one too, but okay. Um, my playlist. Oh man. Uh, try to. Okay. We're gonna play this one. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, I like this one a lot. And you know the funny thing is, I use my iPad and find it and put on the install the drum pad machine app on my iPad and start making it on my doing the music tracks for fun or whatever on my iPad. I mean, not everybody knows about this right here. They don't know about all these tracks I done created and stuff. So I wasn't really trying to get into music, but I just did this just to put out whatever just to show the world, you know, I can do a little bit of everything. I really wanted to. Let's see. Played this one, played this one. I ain't played these two yet. Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, this one. I'm gonna play it. I just want to see if I can bring up something. So let me put the Be Right Back thing on, and I'm gonna bring up something I wrote up when I was in school, and I just want to. Yeah, these are all recent, and the most of them I done last year. So all of them except for except for the one at the top. Um, I've done last year, but I'm gonna bring up. I need to bring up something. Want to go over. I feel like going over one of my papers I wrote um, from college. So let me see if I can find if I can find it. YouTube it, YouTube it. Yeah, let me go ahead and play. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play. Let me go back to playing. So I can hear in the background. Now I'm going to switch it to this. Hopefully it'll load up properly. And does it load up properly? White paper. Uh, let's see if this papers really don't load. Okay, documents don't really load up good on here, do they? They sure don't. Let me see if it'll say. It doesn't load up on here that good. Word does not load, does not show well on here at all. What I was trying to show you guys was the um something y'all probably haven't heard of, but it deals with gaming. So I don't know why is it a let's see. It shows as a white screen. Oh boy, great. It doesn't. Okay, let me just go to. Uh, work. Let me just put it back on something that'll capture. Just give me 1 minute. Put it on something back on something that will capture. But anyway, what I want to discuss with you guys was projective identification. And that sounds like a long sentence, but let me explain to you what projective identification is. Projective identification deals with how you identify yourself, the characters, along with the character's identity with you in a video game. So, for example, let's say you play in Batman Arkham Knight, right? And you are having to think like Batman. You're having to move like Batman. You having to throw a batarang. You'll put in Batman type situations in the game to figure out how you're going to complete the objective. It's called projective identification. I mean, there's other things based off of it and everything, but that's the main thing I want you to remember. In other words, you are making decisions for the character, right? So when you play, think of it like this. So every time you jump on GTA, Uncharted, um, Warframe, Destiny, Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Z, Xenoverse 2. You are selecting a character, you making movements for that character. You are deciding when to throw an uppercut, when to throw a Kamehameha, when to throw a spear, when to do a finishing move or a yeah, that 12-hour stream got me last night. Fatal blow or X-ray move or whatever the case may be, you are making decisions for that character. That's the main thing. You are making decisions for that character. Um, that is the main thing I want you to remember. Um, when we talk about games, you want to talk about the. Hold on, let me bring up one. Doing another because y'all cannot see it because it didn't show up properly. Um, like what is a bad game, right? Or a good game? What is the classified as a good game, and what is classified as a bad game? Let's talk about Star Wars Master of Terrace Kazi. Okay, the input controls. Let's count. I'm gonna read off what I got so far. This is my class was called Critical Game Studies. So I'm gonna read a excerpt or a few of stuff from the paper. So I'm gonna give you a little background, and I'm gonna talk about the input controls. Um, this is gonna talk about Star Wars, so bear with me. So here we go. Game based on Star Wars have been around for many years since the movie Star Wars made its debut in 1977. The franchise was merchandising frenzy with clothing, toys, books, and video games. Um, fighting game and fight it was basically fighting games history was the only fighting game they came out with was Star Wars Master Texas Kazi. Um, the early Star Wars game enjoyed some success, but some of them did not because the publishers and developers were not able to take advantage of Sony's PlayStation game console. There were a few good Star Wars games, and there was some with a bad feel to them, with bad reviews. One game, Star Wars Master Tezuka, was supposed to be like Tekken 2 and Soul Calibur. Released in 1977, no, released in 1997, Star Wars Master Tezuka was a fighting game developed and published by LucasArts and set in the Star Wars universe. In the game, Star Wars characters from the first movie against the Emperor employing minions in the form of martial arts called Teras Kasai. As expected, the Empress Warriors to fight the warriors of the Rebel Alliance on a platform similar to a martial arts mat when not to be expected during the tournament, and each fighter had the opportunity to fight every warrior, including a version of themselves. As a child, playing this game on PlayStation was not a good feel from the beginning. However, I continued to play because I liked Star Wars. The game was rated teen for teens, but it was Star Wars, so I got a copy. Move after the star retaliation against rebel leaders, and more importantly, Luke Skywalker by hiring a skilled fighter named Arden Lin to take down Luke Skywalker and the other rebels. Okay, so input control. So the input control for this game is the PlayStation gamepad. It was similar to the PlayStation 3 controller, but wired without the dual joysticks or the vibrating feedback. This was a digital controller. There were four of the controller: the left arrow, right, and then I gotta go up. No, there we go. All right, the left. Yeah, gotta go up. The left arrow, right. The left arrow, right arrow, up arrow, down arrow, and the four option buttons on the right side of the controller: square, circle, triangle, and the cross, which is the X. Um, and the four buttons on the front, two on each side, labeled R1, R2, L1, L2. The controller provided the controller provided limited control of the avatar. The left arrow moved the avatar back and towards the side of the screen. The right arrow moved the avatar forward towards the screen. Up arrow, down arrow into the background. But anyway, you get the idea, right? So um, then you got response metrics. While attempting to do combinations, the response was slow. It's not a problem. You know, player, arcade character. Um, that's a little bit more different and complex. So let's skip down a few lines. Okay, this problem becomes difficult when playing against a computer in arcade mode. Fighting other characters become very difficult because artificial intelligence character can easily pull off all the moves, including special moves, quickly. Special moves can be seen to be unblockable. When a CPU controller character does them, some attack moves for certain characters are very overpowered. When Luke Skywalker throws his lightsaber, which is his special move, it deals a high amount of damage. The player has control over the character, but it seems the character controlled by the CPU by the computer is able to do so much more because it can do moves very quickly, striking with ease, and countering the player attack while performing. But overall, it was a bad game. Um, it was just a bad game in general. And I go over like the different metrics, like the contact metrics, the polish metrics, and rules metrics, and so on and so forth. But overall, it was a bad game in general. A very bad game in general. So it was one of those games where, in that game, in Star Wars Master of Tetris Kazi, there was Han Solo. The playable characters was Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett, the Tusken Raider, the Gamorrean Pig Guard, uh, Arden Lin, Chewbacca. Um, am I missing anybody else? I'm trying to, okay. Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Arden Lin, Han Solo, Chewbacca, the Gamorrean Pig, um, the Tusken Raider, Arden Lin, and then the unlockable characters was Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, Jodo Cass, Mara Jade, and Princess Leia in her slave outfit costume from Return of the Jedi. And the other ones I listed, they were unlockable. That game could have been a good game, but it had its issues. It had its issues, and that game was a fighting game. Yeah, that game was a fighting game, but there's also other bad games as well. Now with the first Batman, when they did the Batman and Robin game, I think it was made by Activision or Acclaim. I forgot who made it. If Batman get hit in the face one time, it's game over. That's how bad that game was. If you get hit one time in the face with you don't block. It's like game. It's like instant game over. I never even beat that game, but I played the game because I liked the Batman. I never got all the way through it though. Well, let's see. There's anything else I want to talk about before I end this stream? I may do y'all a favor and do some Pac-Man tonight. I don't feel like doing no GTA. No, I sure don't. But I may do y'all a favor and do some Pac-Man. That's old school. But hey, it's still a video game. So, but other than that, I thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna wait till this thing hits 3 hours. Any questions y'all want to ask me? Now would be the time. Ask me about the games. Um, the only thing I don't really talk about. Now this one's somewhat personal too. I don't talk about having a learning disability. That's one thing I don't talk about because I will get backlash if I talk about it at times. So I don't talk about it often, but um, I was born with a specific learning disability, and what that is, it deals with how my brain works and operate. how I handle stuff. How I do math and anything that deal with math related, but it's a specific learning disability. I don't talk about it much and everything, because I don't even bring it up at all. You know, because you need paperwork to prove this kind of stuff. But it's called SLD, specific learning disability, that deals with how the brain thinks and how it I'll just look it up real quick, but it deals with how my brain thinks and works and everything. Like with math, I had to get help with math just to do well in the classes and stuff. So that's something I don't talk about that much, because you know if you're African American black man, some things you can't really talk about because you don't think it's okay, so you hide it. We all are we all have our own elements we deal with. Mine just happened to be a learning disability, but I got through it, got my degree. So if anyone can do it, if I can do it, then you find good help and you can do it too. Well, that's it for this talking session. I'm going to get on Pac-Man. I'm going to stream some Pac-Man for a while. But I thank y'all so much. Y'all take care. If you join me on, if you've joined the stream in a few minutes, I'll be playing Pac-Man. So peace. Thank you for okay. In stream.